Okay, hi guys. Forgive the hair and the outfit and the makeup. I have 15 minutes till carpool to drop the boys off. So, you know, a mom's gotta do what a mom's gotta do. But I wanna talk to you about framing because in this particular topic, I have a lot to say. I frame everything. I have pictures all over my house in various forms. I've spent, you know, no money to a lot of money, and from every side of the store you can kind of imagine. So I wanted to share with you some of my tricks. This is probably going to be a multiple part series because I have so much to say. And you might be able to hear my boys downstairs. Ignore that. So anyways, framing. I have so many friends come over and say to me, you know, how do you do this? Because they can't keep up with all the digital photos that we can all now take. Back in the, you know, old days, we would get like, you know, 15 pictures and that was it. You had your one, you put it in a frame and called it a day. Now we have thousands, and how do you keep up with it? The answer is one, don't stress about keeping up with it. You won't. There will always be a new picture. Your kid will always look amazing. Some new photographer will take a great picture and you just won't get it on the wall. So my best advice is always to just close your eyes, pick 5 favorites and move along. But here's what I want to talk to you about today. And that's custom framing. I have a gallery wall, and on the gallery wall, it has framed photos that I picked for this wall specifically. I knew the color frame I wanted, I knew the kind of like look I wanted, but when you're spending the kind of money you're spending to have something custom framed, a lot of people, even my sister, will say, yeah, but then I can't change the picture because they put that, you know, paper background on it and then you can't update it. And I hear you. And if you're gonna spend custom framing money, you don't want to have it be permanent because a year later you may find a new favorite photo. So here's what I did to solve that. And I went to the custom framing shop that's local to me and presented this idea, and they hadn't done it, but it worked beautifully. And I'm sure your store will do it for you too. So basically what I did was I planned the wall. I laid out exactly what I wanted. And then if you look at these, let me maybe change angle so you can see. Okay, can you see? Okay, so what I did is I have this wall right here, and it has, you know, 6 right here. So what I do when I want to change off the photos is I just take it off the wall, and if you look at the back, I actually made it with push pins so that, well, not push pins, but, you know, turnable pins, just like any other frame that you would get at Target would have. So let's get back down again. Okay, so let me show you how easy it is to change these. These are, you know, oh, let's not break it, Kelly. Great idea. This is the photo I'm gonna change. Just for example, this is a professional photo of our family that I had taken. And on this particular wall, I choose to frame professionally taken photos because of the size and the scale of them, but I definitely don't do that throughout my house. My house is covered in everyday photos because, you know, it's real life. I want to show and have around us what real life is. I don't want everything to be like glossy. You know, my Instagram feed is glossy, but you know, my favorite photos that I have around the house are of my kids screaming at me. I don't know why. I just think those are the funniest because you know, that's what real life is. It's them, you know, somebody's upset about something and I can't help but take a picture because they look so darn cute when they're crying. I mean, maybe my blood level's rising, but I mean, that's what it is, being a parent. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Because of the size and weight of these frames, they put in a Phillips head screw into them so that nothing fell out, you know, depending on the size of these, but these are like Gigantor size. They're not small. I think these are, I don't know, 25 by 25 prints. So the, you know, frame is even bigger, but I tend to think that bigger is cooler. I also chose to not have these matted because of the way they look in my house. I liked the way it looked to just see just giant image, but you know, I go nuts on framing. So I have some that are matted and some that are not. So, okay, I'm gonna unscrew these fit the screwdriver in. Probably need another cup of coffee. Hey, Charlie. No, 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 kitten. Okay, and then I am going to, if you can see, turn the button, and I'm gonna try not to scratch my wall because, you know, that would be not good to break my fancy frames while I'm trying to show you. Hey, kitty cat. Say hi to Charlie. Charlie, say hi. No, don't feel like talking? Okay. Okay, so I have all the push pins undone, and then I pull out the layers of foam that they put in there. The first time I had these made, it looks like I had them and I forgot. I had it mounted on the same foam. So at the framing store, the photographer didn't do this. The photographer sent me the image like, you know, any other print, just like normal and flat. And then the framing store mounted it on a foam to add the 3 levels of depth to fill the length of the, you know, wood frame. So this was what I had in it years ago, back when they were babies. Look how cute. They were so cute, but oh my God, such a handful. Okay, so this is what I have in here recently. So it comes out like this, see, flimsy, just like, you know, what I said. So I can choose to put in the picture and then change it out whenever I want to change it out. And I like to keep them all in here so that I don't lose them. And on top of that, you know, as they get older, it may strike my fancy to go back to look at them when they were younger and hang that, and then maybe replace it when they're older, although I'm in denial that they're ever gonna get older. So, and that's it. And then I'm done. Okay, so now that everything is back in, let's say this is a new photo. I use eye hooks like this. I don't know the right word for it, but they're either these rings, because I can't stand when picture frames are lopsided. Makes me bonkers. These are more of a pain in the neck to hang. My husband hates when I give him these to hang. So sometimes he'll string wire through them to make it, you know, so he only has to do one thing versus this. But at the end of the day, these definitely are worth the time, because then you don't have to worry about your picture frames getting lopsided if you dust them or, you know, clean the glass. But it's easy to do, and a lot of the times I hang picture frames when he's out of the house, because then he doesn't know if I put like 3 holes in the wall until I got it where I wanted it. You know, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. So then go back into like this and like this. Done. Amazing. In the next few series, we're going to talk about various ways I've done gallery walls in my house on the cheap. And also on a really cool canvas way, and then also this really neat idea I can't wait to show you about that's really inexpensive and looks really cool. So I hope you follow and I hope you watch, but that's all for now. Thank you. Load them back in here. Make sure I'm loading them in correctly, because, yep, no I'm not. And then once you pull out the backing, you just tell your photographer, or you go to Costco and you tell them the size that you want to have the print printed in. So now I have, I always keep one row consistent, because I have pictures that were made of all of my kids when they were 9 months old, just because I like to look back and see them all when they were babies. But then I have a second row that I change, you know, every other year with the professional photos that we have taken for, you know, Christmas. And I have, you know, a photo for each one of my children, and then a family photo at the end. So it works great, because as they grow up, you still have a wall of babies, and then you have a wall of that of when they're older. I've thought about adding a third row below it, but I can't help but think that with a house full of boys growing up, they're gonna run past this and smash it. So I'm not sure I want to spend the money on that, but we'll see. So anyways, this is a really easy way to make a custom, you know, collage wall beautiful and finished looking, but still something that you can customize and change as the years go on and not feel locked into one photo. So if you're gonna spend the money on custom framing, this is the way I suggest you ask them to do the gallery wall in.